Hey everybody, it's Aaronator here, and we got our episode number 8 of our GM commentary with the Las Vegas Knights. And in the last episode, we went and simulated the first 2 months of the 2015-16 season. And we are 12-8-3, which is pretty solid for a team that just was created last year. Like last year was their first year. This is our second year already on the job, and we're being successful. But it's still early on in the season, so we gotta see how well we can do over the next couple months here. We'll probably, for this episode, we'll probably be simulating up till probably about, depends, maybe probably the All-Star game for sure. And if it goes well, then and we don't need to do anything, then maybe the trade deadline. But otherwise, that's probably all we're gonna be doing. So we'll just start the simulation now. But yeah, our team's doing really well, actually. And that proves it. 4-0 win over Buffalo. Well, it was over Buffalo, so. And they didn't get a goal. We did. And that I wouldn't even consider that spoiler alert, because if you didn't know that we don't have McDavid, then bruh. Like, that shouldn't. You shouldn't. You should know that. You should have watched the past episodes. You should have. But it looks like Crosby is leading his team. He's got 14 goals, 24 assists. And we lose to the Pittsburgh Penguins as well, which is not what I like to see. But scouting is always going to be a key thing for us, and that's why we got to do it here. So I don't remember if we were scouting Austin Matthews. We might have, just because it shows him right there. But it'll be interesting. We gotta. What do we need for this team? I think we really just need like a top 2 defenseman or a goalie. Really, like basically that's all we need. So probably check out what we got here. You know what, we'll probably go for, we'll just go defenseman for whatever has the most. Looks like WHL. No, actually the QMJHL has a lot of defensemen, like in the second and third rounds as well. So we'll scout the QMJHL defenseman for a bit, and that'll be pretty much it. We got to simulate quite a bit of the season. But one thing I actually wouldn't mind talking to you guys about is, like, right now, I was sort of asking in the last episode, are we a playoff team or are we a rebuilding team? And it seems that it's pretty interesting to look at it, because I mean, considering we were like just created last season, or our first season was last season. I keep on messing that up. But considering that our last season was our first ever season, that was a really big scoring game. And it was in overtime too. But like, we should technically be a team that is more of a, I guess you could say, rebuilding team still. Well, I mean, we shouldn't be necessarily a playoff team this early, but I mean, if we can be a playoff team this early, then is that a good thing? Should we not be a playoff team this early? Like, that's why it's interesting. Because we shouldn't necessarily be in a playoff spot, and right now I'm guessing we are. Or no, well, we're probably not like at the bottom, but I mean, we're over 5. Well, yeah, we're over 500. We just don't have more wins than losses technically, and we got to get those wins against Western Conference teams, because that's really dumb. I feel like that. Okay, I think all other YouTubers that make GM commentaries can agree with me that it just, at some points when you just are watching the sim, for some reason, the only teams you beat are Eastern Conference teams. That just proved it. You lost to Calgary 4-0. They wanted to get revenge. If we lose to both Edmonton and Vancouver here, it's just going to be like, what the heck, it just went on, sort of thing. But Justin Braun, unfortunately, is not getting back up to 84, which is fine, because we're doing okay without that. We might want to change things up a bit. But I like our roster right here. But I think what we really need to do, if we want to be competitive, is we need to get another strong player. And when I think of this, I mean, obviously, I'm thinking sort of like in the New Jersey fashion of like a third for like a Kyle Palmieri sort of thing. Obviously, that's probably not realistic in this game, or you probably wouldn't be able to do that trade in this game. I don't even know what I'm doing here. But But I think it would be smart to get a player like that, a guy who can play in our top 6, maybe top like in our third line in the future, or maybe defense. We could get like a solid top 4 guy, like a example Zach Bogosian, like 25 years old, can still get better. He can be here for the rest of the GM mode sort of thing and be solid for us. But I mean, or goalie, which I would want to get our goalie of the future, obviously, which it would be hard to do. I mean, the most likely thing would probably be to trade for a team that has 2 solid goalies. And one example is actually on the screen here. Actually, sort of 3. Well, Jones and Quick. We could get Jones. San Jose did that. We could get Anaheim has Anderson and Gibson. And I would actually not mind getting that Gibson. They're probably going to let Anderson go to free agency this year. But, I mean, we can always trade for Gibson if we want Gibson. Just depends. St. Louis, they have Elliott and Allen, so maybe they want to get like a draft pick to draft a goalie if they feel that Allen isn't playing well enough for them. But I mean, right now I'm pretty sure Allen's like at the top of the league for everything. So, or he was. But I mean, you could do that. You could also look for goalies. Vancouver always has lots of goalies. And we're not really doing that much better. Like, right now, it seems that we're sort of, The good news is Eichel's a plus player, and he's 17 goals already. And we're not even at the All-Star break. He's insane. He could literally get 40 goals. That would be insane. And I'm not joking. That would be insane. But we got to get some wins here. That's not going to help, losing to Philadelphia. Obviously, it wasn't a Western Conference team, but it's still a loss, so... My nose is really stuffy. Ugh. Disgusting. And I just pressed the triangle button. By accident. Eichel has 18 goals. See, like, Eichel was a great pickup for us. So maybe even getting a line mate for him, like a Brandon Saad or Teuvo Teravainen, because they're on Chicago, and Chicago wants to lead up with Cap, I guess. January 13th, it'll be really soon. We don't really need to do change our trading block right now. We could go best trading block and see what it shows up, but yeah. I think I actually do want to stop at the All-Star break because, guys, I really need your help. Like, I don't know. Sorry for a little cutout there, boys, but oh, I forgot to scratch TJ Brennan. But yeah, I just changed up the lines. I just had to let my mom thing know something. But yeah, so back to the simulation. Yeah, but as I was saying, I really think that we are like a you don't know team. And obviously, if we sim to the deadline, we figure out what our record is by then, we could probably figure out if we're still like a team. But I really need your help, so I'm gonna leave. I'm probably gonna leave a month before the deadline, so after the All-Star game, till about I think it's like February 1st, till we simulate on, because I really need your help, guys. I really need to know what team are we? Are we trading or are we not trading? Like, because if I don't know, we're gonna be at the trade deadline. I'm gonna do something stupid. We're gonna trade for playoff contenders that are like 36 years old, which I will not do. Don't worry. I won't trade for guys that are older. I will only trade for guys that are like prime age or something like that. But actually, let's scout these two guys in the Sim Liga. But I need your guys' help because I don't want to. I want to know what you guys think. Are we a playoff team or are we not? That's a simple question. Just say yes, or yes we are a playoff team, or no we are. We need to trade to get younger, or do we trade to get younger and still try to make the playoffs? Like, and try and give me trades. Like, name some players like that you think we should trade for, and maybe a couple trading assets that we have. Like, honestly, I think we just basically, for trading assets, you can only give up so much. I'd say defense has to stay solid, or else unless we're trading for a defenseman, I won't trade a defenseman. Unless we're trading a forward, I mean, the most likely candidate I would have to say is probably Martin Havlat, honestly. But otherwise, yeah. So let's check and see if any of our guys made the All-Star team. It looks like we don't have we have Eichel on the All-Star team, which is kind of cool, but we don't have Kovalchuk, which is okay. So there's all the other guys: Dittmer, Bufflin, goalies Rene and Lettinen. So I always like checking out the All-Star teams to see what they're looking like. Now Ovechkin, Crosby, nothing new there. Palat, Datsuk's still there. Ennis, Strite, probably because they have no one else. Same with Zelenas and Morgan Riley, since you got to have a player from each team. And I have proved that you have to have a player from each team, because the team, like I've had been a Great Britain team, and like their overall guy was like a 63, and like he made the All-Star team. It's just like, what the? I think it's Captain Rawlings. Yeah, but that's gonna be interesting. Make sure you go check out the Great Britain series, because it got heated up. It got really exciting. So you guys are gonna want to see episode 8. It was insane. But that's pretty much it. We're actually, I was just gonna say we were getting some wins there, but relatively, I mean, it looks like if we get a win here, can we get a win here? Because if we get a loss here, this might make me think that we're a bit not ready. Because remember, I think we had 4 more wins than regulation losses. So how about a win against Buffalo? You got to beat teams like Buffalo. There you go. So we're pretty much in the same place, honestly, than the last episode. And I'm not going to check anything else. I'm just going to check out these stats right here, see how our team's doing. We don't have anybody up there. Wins, Niemi has 19th. That's not bad. Points, we don't get anybody up there. Tavares is just wrecking the league. Lettinen's doing well, yep. Crosby is doing good there. But Tavares, 34 goals after the All-Star game. Holy moly. He's probably going to have around 50 goals easily, as long as he keeps it up. I don't see anybody else there. Eichel's got 21 goals. He's actually really close behind for goals. That is insane. That would be awesome to see him go up there. But Eastern Conference, there you go. The Red Wings aren't at the top of the league anymore. Now it's Winnipeg. That's interesting. Worst team now is Florida, and Columbus, and then Minnesota. And we are, I was just going to say we are in a playoff spot, but we're not, because the Central Division has St. Louis in there. But if we get, like, we're 1 or 2 points behind Vancouver and Calgary. So obviously we still have 1 month to go till the trade deadline, and that's where it really gets interesting to see where we are exactly. But otherwise, guys, just let me know what you think. Like, should we trade early and drop? But, I mean, I think we could make the playoffs with our team. Especially if Braun and Niemi get up there, back to their original overalls, I could see us doing well. But the only thing is, I have a feeling that right now, all these guys, like Nieto even, like all these guys that maybe just because of their last year, they didn't do well, I think you have to wait till next year. As long as they had a significant difference, I think they could get back up to their original selves. So honestly, I could see us being a playoff team for sure next year, as long as we keep Niemi and Braun. I don't know if I want to keep Niemi, but I definitely want to keep Braun, because if he gets back to 84, that's a good contract. But I think we only have him for 2 more years after this. So just let me know what you guys think. Who we should trade for, and if we should make any trades, go for the playoffs, not go for the playoffs, whatever you guys think. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.